It's that simple.
Well, and I think a lot of us, especially in our space, in the Rainmaker space, when you're in that 1 to 15 employees, when you're running that business, you forget that the business is not supposed to own you. You're supposed to own the business, which means you're supposed to be building a system to bring on clients, to make, God forbid, profit if we do a good enough job taking care of those clients,
yep.
and then have it run without you, which is, that's the end goal. There's where we're trying to go. And
you should be able to take a vacation.
Yeah, and
right.
and God forbid, the company should run better when you're not there.
Yeah, I talked to another consultant recently who was struggling with a client. He was trying to give the client some advice, and the client had his top managers in the meeting, mm-hmm. and the client or the advisor was giving a to-do list. Mm-hmm. Said, well, we need to do this, we need to do that to get this process started. And the owner of the company said, I'll do that. I'll take that one too. Mm-hmm. And as they went down this list,
he was volunteering for everything.
He was taking it all. He had no system. Yeah. He didn't trust his people. He wasn't empowering his people to maximize the potential of the company. Yeah. He wanted to do it all. So he was working his tail off. Yeah. He was exhausted. He wasn't performing at a very high level because he was beat down and beat up, sure. But he was doing it to himself.
Yeah.
And if he could step back, empower his people, get the right people in place, systematize his business, he'd make a lot more money. He'd have a lot more fun. He'd go on vacations. Life would be great, but he hasn't learned that lesson.
I think there's 4 levels, and you talk to me if you agree with this. I think you buy a job when you first start a business, which means you bought a job.
Or buy 2 jobs,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
in
or
the beginning.
And you're working for a crazy person,
yeah.
Which means you're working for yourself.
And the boss never listens.
And never listens, and he's a workaholic, right?
Right.
The second thing you do is you figure out how to get in business, which means you start identifying ways to leverage your time, and you get willing to spend more money. Meaning you spend money to get some of your time back. That whole you understand time is worth something. Your time is worth something. Then you become really become an entrepreneur when you first make that breakthrough of hiring somebody who does something 75% as well as you do, and yet you're okay letting it go. Right, yeah. That delegation phase, and then you go to CEO, and a CEO to me is really got to be Teflon, where nothing sticks to them. They're always delegating that off to somebody that they can hold accountable to do something. Is that fair?
It is, and most people never get to or past the third stage, mm-hmm. and they have a real hard time letting go, yeah. and that makes them weaker, and they don't understand that. But you have to have a system in place, and you have to have talent.
Okay.
And I always say, I represent a lot of property managers mm-hmm. and real estate professionals, and they think that when they turn over an apartment complex to a property manager, that the property manager, well, it's out of sight, out of mind, the property manager will take care of it. You have to manage your manager, yeah. and you have to manage yourself, and you have to be disciplined that it never stops. Every day is another challenge, and you got to keep going. But there's opportunities in every challenge. Mm-hmm. You just have to, you have to start making some lemonade out of lemons.
Yeah. Matt, changing gears for a second. Who is your perfect client, and what can we do to help you find those people?
The perfect client for me is an inventor, an entrepreneur, someone who's starting a business, or someone who wants to take their business truly to the next level. Mm-hmm. Anybody that's involved in real estate, because my firm has a lot of expertise in real estate, mm-hmm. so we can help anybody involved in real estate. But ultimately, it has to be a client who's serious about increasing their opportunities, mm-hmm. reducing their risks, reducing their liabilities. Mm-hmm. If they're not serious and committed to the process, mm-hmm. that's not somebody I really want to work with. I want to work with clients that are serious about making money, doing the right thing.
An inventor, entrepreneur that has got the next big idea, if you will.
Yep.
I think we just had John Spear on the show, which would be a good connection for you. He does product development with Creo Quality, and he's really got a channel called the Medical Device Space, so I need to introduce you to him. But that tends to be your niche. Really, any small business owner that is looking at I want to go to the next level. You don't charge for the first sit down, right?
It depends on how long we talk.
So, yeah. I mean, I would tell you that you're very generous with your time, and I think you can, someone can call and ask you some of those baseline questions, and you both can determine on whether or not you need to sit down and get more advice.
Yeah, I subscribe to Michael Weiss's theory. I don't know if you know, or Alan Weiss's theory. he says give people something of value when you're establishing the relationship, because they're going to be more likely to commit to you if they know that they're buying good stuff.
Yeah, amen.
And so you give them, and so in that sense, I give a lot of value away when I first meet someone,
Sure.
so they know when they retain me that they're going to get value through the full engagement.
So
Makes sense.
inventors, entrepreneurs, how do we reach you?
You can contact me at my blog site.
Okay.
You can check that out.
What's the blog?
AskMattOnline.com.
AskMattOnline.com,
Or you can call my law office. That number is 317-686-4773.
Awesome. You've been Buzz. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Absolutely.